This is a bit of a different video for me. This morning I arrived bright and early at the exhibition center in Hong Kong for an event I've been looking forward to for a long time, the Nintendo Switch 2 Experience Exhibition. I was there for about 4 hours. I would have loved to play more, but there was a 30 to 40 minute wait per game and nowhere to sit, so after 4 hours I was pretty beat. But I guess they do that on purpose because they probably don't want you to hang around all day. Before I get started, I want to thank my supporters for making this video possible and encouraging me to keep working on new content. Even though I'm in my last 2 months of completing my master's degree and I've been super busy working on my thesis, it's viewers like you who keep me going. Anyway, let's talk about how the Switch 2 actually looks and feels to play. The first thing I noticed was how incredibly sharp the Switch 2 games look. The image is as clear as crystal and runs as smooth as water.
Wow.
I only noticed a bit of lag one time while playing Donkey Kong Bananza, but the game still isn't out, so by the time of release, it may be running better. I was also impressed by how well the games looked handheld. The screen is much bigger now. The buttons are also feeling a lot softer and less plasticky. In fact, the analog stick on the Pro Controller is so buttery and satisfying to spin around that I kept wanting to make my character run around in a circle. There are a lot of new buttons and controller features, but I didn't get to put all of them to use. The way the Switch remote pops out of the side and then snaps back into place magnetically is quite nice. You also don't have to attach any sort of cover onto them in order to use the R and L buttons, which was something that always annoyed me a little bit about the original Switch. Sadly, I didn't get to try using the video capture, though I did get to see it in action, which I'll describe when I talk about Mario Party. Nor did I use the mouse control feature, though I saw it being put to very good use. One thing about the mouse control that I'm excited about is the fact that it opens the door to a whole new style of gameplay, and the possibility for a lot of point-and-click adventure games to be ported or remastered. The first game I got to spend time with is Mario Kart World, and this was fun because I got to play with another person attending the event. I was so excited to get my hands on the Switch 2 though that the whole experience is a bit of a blur. The track I played was a sort of underground industrial area with lava spewing all over the road. That being said, I didn't get to experience the open world aspect of the game. The station I was at only allowed me to play the normal race car mode. I'm expecting it to be something like Crash Team Racing for the PS1. After Mario Kart, I grabbed a spot in line for Donkey Kong Bananza. I started the demo in an underground mining area where Donkey Kong can destroy floors, ceilings, and walls, digging up gold or revealing secrets. I was surprised by how much you can alter the landscape by breaking things. If you go too deep, the camera switches to a sort of X-ray mode that allows you to see through the ground, and I hollowed out a whole little cavern and found treasures down there like balloons and fossils. After the mine area, you're catapulted up to a floating island, which reminded me a lot of the opening part of Tears of the Kingdom. The island is full of things to do and collect, bombs to throw, treasure to unearth. There are also little minigame stages that are a bit like Breath of the Wild shrines or Mario Party minigames put together. It was fun jumping around and gathering items, though I do think if you're a slightly obsessive completionist, this game may stress you out a bit because of how much there is to collect, and you can dig everywhere. The third game I played is an unexpected one, but I've never played a Yakuza game, and I've got a friend who absolutely adores this series. I was also curious to see how the port of a PS3 original would look, and nobody was really lined up to play Yakuza 0 anyway, so I got in pretty quickly. I was really impressed by how well this port ran, because I can't imagine a PS3 port running very well on the original Switch. What makes me really excited about this is the idea that the Switch 2 can potentially have so many PS3 and PS4 ports, because for me, the original Switch was basically a mobile emulator for all of the classic games that I loved so much. I think I spent more time playing old games than new ones on my original Switch, especially considering the fact that the GameCube is going to be available and Wind Waker looks absolutely awesome. I can easily see a Suikoden 3 remaster being brought to the Switch 2, considering all the new hype around the remaster of the first two games recently, and for the love of all things holy, please make a Mega Man Legends port. I don't even need a remaster. Aside from those three games, which I had to wait in line to experience, Mario Party looks like a blast. I saw some really funny mini-games being played, like bumper cars, and one that involved shaking the mouse control like a spray can, and then spray painting a giant bomb. There was another game that used the video capture to show the players emerging out of a green pipe, and then they had to have a screaming contest, and the losers got blasted with Bowser's Breath of Fire. I wonder how people are going to play this game in Japan, because sound travels really easily in Japanese apartments, and it's easy to receive a complaint from your neighbors. I saw 2 other games putting the mouse control to good use. One was Metroid, and the other game was called Drag X Drive, which appears to be a sort of wheelchair soccer game. You use the mouse control to move around and clap your hands and stuff like that. It looks like fun, but not a game that I'd typically be interested in. The other game I spent a lot of time looking at was Tears of the Kingdom. This isn't one that I expected to be excited by, but it did surprise me by how amazing it looked. It almost feels like a completely different game, if I'm being honest. There isn't any sort of fuzziness on the screen. I know there's some controversy about the price of this game, but if it's special to you and you think you might want to experience it again, then you're definitely going to love the way that it looks. To wrap things up, the Switch 2 looks and feels phenomenal, but some of the things I'm most interested in are seeing the way that new games can be made using the mouse control feature. I really hope this inaugurates a whole new era of point-and-click adventures. The other thing I'm interested in is the idea that the Switch 2 has the potential to be the ultimate mobile emulator, which, as a 90s gamer, is very important to me. Anyway, what are you guys excited about? Let me know down in the comments, and thanks for watching.